Hi, I'm Carissa Schulten, and I'll be your child's art teacher this semester. A bit about myself. I have my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art Education from the University of Illinois, as well as my master's degree in Instructional Technology from Northern Illinois University. I've been teaching at St. Charles North since 2007, focusing primarily on digital art, photography, and AP studio art. Now let's take a look at some of the course expectations and some sample student artwork. Welcome to Back to School Night for Digital Art 1, Design and Illustration. I'm Mrs. Schulten with the first hour class. I first want to cover the coursework and expectations. Students will be accessing their assignments and submitting their work through Google Classroom. Students will learn how to create artworks using Adobe Photoshop, and I'll be providing tutorials, usually through videos, to help teach students the steps and techniques. I really encourage students to take control of their learning, to pause and rewind as they need to rewatch those steps. Students are accessing Photoshop by logging into our Citrix servers. They'll be using Photoshop through that remote connection with their Chromebooks or their personal computer. I've provided steps on how to do that on the Google Classroom course page in the classwork stream under the resources, and there's a series of videos there. So far, students have been doing okay with accessing that, with a few hiccups that we're ironing out because it is a new process for us. Students should be logged in at the start of each class and remain working on their digital art assignments throughout class when there's individual work time. Students should return to the whole group after individual work time to check in with the teacher and submit their progress for the day. So I'll be asking for either an exit slip or for students to give me a screenshot or a file for what they've been working on for today to show the evidence of that work. Students may turn off their camera during work time if Citrix connection is kind of slow. We've had a few issues with internet connections, and so freeing up that camera we have found has helped. In very few isolated cases, students have had to leave the class completely to be able to access Citrix, but that is very rare, and that student will need to communicate that to me if that is the case, and we can make some arrangements. My other expectation is that we'll be using a breakout room to ask for help. And so during student work time, they can pop over to the other link for the meeting and to ask questions one-on-one with me. And so I really need students to be a self-advocate and to use that time. In addition, students can email me, and they can also email me to schedule an office hours one-on-one help session. I'm available Tuesday through Friday from 7:20 to 8:15. And so they would just have to let me know ahead of time so that I can be available and in that meeting with them. So the next thing I wanted to show are some examples of some student projects. So currently your child is working on the radial design. It's an introduction to Photoshop using some selection and transformation tools, focusing on radial symmetry, creating a theme. Our next project will be a portrait mashup where they will use either historical painting or it could be even a celebrity contemporary photo, and to mask their face onto that, or it could be a friend or family member onto that other image. And we're looking at using layer masks and layer adjustments. From there, then, our last project in that unit is creating a surreal photo manipulation. And so they'll be using a lot of the techniques and tools they previously learned, with a few more things like creating shadows and adding lighting and textures to make it a cohesive image. After that, we shift gears a little bit and look at some more designerly things, such as text as art. It's a Photoshop project where an image is made out of warping and shaping text to fit a defined shape. Typography, introduction, and advanced transformation techniques are used as well. From there, we jump to a vector illustration. We learn how to use the pen tool in Photoshop, which is a segue to Digital 2 if students choose to take that next, where we focus partly on a different software called Adobe Illustrator. So this is an important step in that bridge to that next level. We're looking at creating a unified composition through color and texture. And then we'll end the semester potentially with the magazine layout. We'll see where we're at with the semester as far as software and the pacing of things. But this will be students using their own artwork as a cover, and then to add their own headlines, focusing on the typography basics such as leading, tracking, kerning, the typeface, and creating hierarchy in all of that. So If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via email. My email is carissa.schulten@d303.org, and I really look forward to working with your child this semester.